is a whole, can I say, world on its own. Yeah, I'll be visiting the East Forest, hopefully end of this month, to monitor wildlife in the East. Now, the forest is a whole world of its own. So when we talk about the environment, we should not forget the wildlife. All right, there's a video. Some of you are used to TikTok. There's a video. There's a trending platform on TikTok that I'm beginning to love so much, because there's this ladies. They are ladies and male. They actually do this they do a display with a fish, a kind of fish. I'm going to remember the name, and you see them doing sports with fish, and the fish is actually doing the same sport with them, and sometimes they will embrace the animal. They call it wildlife. Sometimes they will kiss the animal. Sometimes they will give the animal food in water. The animal will play with them. So that's just life on its own. So when we talk about the environment, we talk about everything about the environment. Whether it's the wild, we talk about sea, we talk about land, we talk about forest, everything about nature, all right, is the environment. And that's why Erudef University Institute of Applied Biodiversity Sciences comes in, or you call it Erudef University Institute, or you call it Erudef Biodiversity University. Yes, they talk about everything that has to equip you, that has to train you on how to conserve the environment, right? And today we will not talk. We understand that some of you are just past GC advanced levels and you're preparing to start school. And we were a little concerned with some of the inquiries that were coming to our table, especially to the communications office. People were asking us some series of questions about the uniqueness of Erudef University Institute. They wanted to find out why should I be enrolled into this institute. They wanted to find out why the programs. They wanted to find out the different job opportunities that they can hook up with after they graduate from Erudef University Institute. That's why we are here onto this platform. I just hope that my co-hosts and my guests, they're going to join me soon. But before they come, we are going to be enjoying some of these things, and hopefully we want to hope and believe that by the end of this platform you have a lot of beautiful memories about Erudef University Institute. Now, when we look at, as I said today, that we are going to be looking at the unique offerings of EAPS, that's Erudef University Institute, and we are also going to look at the highest 10 paying jobs in the environmental sector. I want to just say something. I know that some of you are kind of, okay, I am used to the regular career path. I'm used to the regular things that my mates or others are doing. It's cool, it's fine, but I also want you to understand that the environmental sector, like we used to say, has gotten thousands and thousands and thousands of opportunities that you need to grab. And there are very few people in this sector, because majority of the people are going to other sectors of life. But the environmental sector is there with its unique programs, unique career, unique opportunities for us to explore. All right. Now, last time I was talking about Erudef and its fundraising, let's say, school, because in Erudef, the one of the uniqueness of Erudef University Institute is that they don't only train students, or you don't end at the four walls of the classroom. They also train you on how to raise funds, on how to address your problem through fundraising. You know, you can become the best students, but if you cannot be able to know how you can raise a fund, or you can raise some 10, 15, 20, 25 million to solve a particular research problem, then you've not done anything. And I want to blow your mind as we speak. There are lots and lots of opportunities online asking for applications for proposals, bringing your proposals, and people are ready to give you 2.5 or 10 million, 15 million to be able to exhibit that project that you have. Now, when you come to Erudef University Institute, why I love this institution is because it's not only talking about the four walls and writing and the writing, but they want to equip you. Their model is not to send you back to another classroom or to send you to an office, but to train you how to go to the field. All right. There are a lot when you okay. Just for example, if you visit your village, you realize that there are a lot of issues, a lot of troubles, a lot of problems that need to be handled, a lot of gaps that need to be filled. Now you will not continue to say, okay, you are waiting for the government to solve all the problems. I'm sorry to blow your mind, sorry to shock you that the government cannot solve all the problems, all the community problems. Now when young people come to me and they say, oh, Madam Vivo, I don't know what to do, I don't know what program to take, I'll ask you, what is your passion? What is it that you see around your environment that you love to see a change? Please don't live your life like a slave queen. No. Slave queen don't live an impactful life, or slave kings don't live an impactful life. Live your life with the mindset of dropping an impact in this world. You know, there are a lot of platforms for you to drop an impact. As you're going to school, you should also think, okay, what can I do to impact my community? If you cannot impact your community, there's another community there to be impacted. If you cannot impact the community, there's a forest, animals for you to reach out to. Okay, somebody's laughing. Now what can I do to animals? Of course. You see those animals in the forest? You see those chimpanzees, those gorillas, those lions, snakes. Some people want to hear about snakes. Sarah don't want to hear about snakes. You see those snakes, you see all the wildlife, fish in the sea, they all deserve to live. They all deserve to be protected. So you can become an environmental scientist, a wildlife scientist, a wildlife biologist, a wildlife conservation scientist, just like my boss, Mr. Louis, can be, to protect the wild in the forest. Why there are donors abroad who are willing to give you hundreds and hundreds of dollars to protect chimpanzees and gorillas and all the wild in the forest and in the seas. All right. Okay, that's where Erudef University Institute comes in. I was talking about why this institution is unique. I know you've never heard about institutions whereby they're talking about conservation, wildlife. We know we have some very few organizations, conservation, environmental organizations, but talking about environmental schools is around us is difficult to have. But that's why we are coming today to tell you the uniqueness, to tell you why we feel that Erudef University is very, very unique. It has a lot of unique features just for you, all right? Talking about the programs, talk about hands-on learning, the field trip experience, talking about the fact that you could be able to raise your own fund to exhibit your own project, talking with mentors like Mr. Kembe Louise and other international mentors that can mentor you into exhibiting that your dream project. Okay, as we speak, the students of EABS are on internship. And you ask me, I know that if I ask you where did they go for internship, we'll just be calling some NGOs or some offices or some maybe some offices around. No, their NGO, their call it what? Their what do you call it? Internship. They go to the field. That's what makes Erudef unique. Our internship is not going to one office to go and sit and you're writing on a newspaper or writing reports or things that you've not heard, you read from the internet and that's all. No, you can do research, but you go to the field. If you have, for example, if your project is to write about maybe like say maybe you're from LBLM, you want to write about the gorillas that are going on extinction, we want to see you visit LBLM, go to the forest, stay there for 1 week or 2 weeks with people with people who are versed with the forest. Of course, you cannot go there alone, right? You go there, you stay there, you carry your camera traps, you plant your traps, pick pictures of some of these animals, get your reports, and then when you're leaving the field, you will come in the field, leaving the field with broad knowledge of what you're about to write on, or what you're about to report on, or what you're about to exhibit as your project. Or if you say you are writing, like one of our students, one of the students of Erudef University, Shea Faith, her project is to build schools in her village, in Mwa. Mwa is one of the villages of the Donga Mountain Division, where I come from. All right, I come from Tabiken village. She comes from Mwa, and she says in her village, she realized that they don't have schools. Primary schools were limited. So she's got this burden to make sure that she can build schools to help those who cannot go to school. So her project is to build primary schools for the underserved families, for the underprivileged families, for the families who cannot afford school fees. And now it is time for her to go for internship. Okay, no, she should come to the office and sit there and just be calling her mom, her dad, or call one people in the village. Please, what is the name of that village again? What? No, she has to go to the village as we speak. She's in one. She has to spend some months there. She gather all the information she needs to gather. She has to feel what the people are feeling, speak with them, write everything she needs to write down, and then develop her project and come back and drop her report. That is what makes Erudef University Institute one of the things that makes the Erudef University Institute unique. Remember, we're looking at the unique features of Erudef University Institute, or the unique offerings. I said one of them is the field trip experience. I just quoted you one of our students, Faith, who has gone to the village. Are we talking about Sarah, who is my co-host? She will soon be online. She will soon be with us. She was at the Libya to monitor, for biomonitoring, to monitor gorillas and chimpanzees. I just pray that my broadcasters have those my beautiful images of animals, you know. So she's an environmental journalist. You don't end in the classroom. You don't end in the studio. Our classroom is the field. At the Erudef University Institute, what makes it unique is that second thing is that the classroom is a field. She has to go to the Libya, to the forest. She has to be in the forest for 2 weeks with others, or with other field workers or field specialists of her field, and they stay there and they monitor wildlife, and they brought us some beautiful images. I'm sorry we cannot show you those images today. We might show you next week the images they brought back from the field. Now you cannot sit here and you see gorillas, right, or chimpanzees. You must go to the field. That's their habitat. That's their habitat. That's where they live. Now Erudef, that's the mother of Erudef University Institute, has been in the field of environment for 25 years. And they have 3 main goals to exhibit. The first goal they have is to conserve wildlife, conserve the environment. The second goal is to conserve habitat. And third goal is to impact the community. All right? So when we have students who are actually into wildlife, you don't say you are into wildlife and then you are in a classroom. As some of you watch National Geography, you see how things unfold. Those are people who have taken those pictures that you watch and you enjoy. People go to the field, they take pictures of wild animals, and they set camera traps. Some of them use drones to pick some animals, because there are some animals you cannot see them. Maybe when they'll be moving the night, you are not there. So that you learn how to trap them using a camera trap. So those are the things that this team of one of our some students of YAPS who traveled to the BLM, that's what they did. And if you want to experience such a field trip, you must either go into programs like wildlife, forestry management, wildlife management. You know, if you want to have such forestry engineering, nature management and protection. Those of you who want to monitor wildlife, who want to see how zoos, I want to see how wildlife operate, because these beings, they have the right to be protected. So, of course, the uniqueness of Erudef University Institute is that we don't only say, okay, we end in the class. You must go to the field and experience the wild and get your reports and come and exhibit your project. All right. So that's the second thing that makes this institution very, very unique. Erudef University Institute of Applied Biodiversity Sciences, very, very unique. And some of you were asking me, Mom, what if I go to the field, I go to the wild and I meet a chimpanzee? What do I do? What do I do? Will that chimpanzee kill me or something? No. Like my as the CEO of Erudef used to say, chimpanzees, they when you meet a chimpanzee, for example, in the forest, the best you can do is to kneel down and lay your hands up. I don't know if you can have an image of a chimpanzee or gorilla. Yeah, thank you very much. When you meet a chimpanzee or gorilla in the wild, as a student or a researcher, my CEO, the mentor of Erudef University, one Mr. Luis Kembi, a conservation scientist who has been in the field for 25 years, used to say, when you meet a gorilla in the field, a chimpanzee, the best thing for you to do is to kneel down and put your hands up. Now the gorilla will look at you and know, okay, this person is not coming to kill me. He's coming to be friendly. He might just make at least and just shake his hand like that and go, because he knows you're coming for friendship. All right. Now we have some other senior students who are in the east. They're also conserving wild in the east. I just know I just we gather those images to bring to the bed. Of course, some of the images I believe that they're going to show on air. And he brought us a beautiful image of a gorilla that was trapped in the east by one of our PGR students, postgraduate research students who went for research in the east. Now, this gorilla just came and stood and then saw them, ran back into the bush, and then came again to find out what was happening. That's how they behave. Now, that is their habitat. That's the forest is their territory. So even if the animal runs away, he will come back, like gorillas and chimpanzees, the way they behave. They will run, and then they will go and ask themselves, like, why did we run? You know, when you're in your house and then you hear some noise, you might rush to the room and later you come back again to your living room and peep. But what was actually running? So that's how some gorillas to behave. They are very, very friendly when you are friendly to them. They are very nice when you are nice to them. So this is the uniqueness of Erudef University Institute. You get to see the other side of nature, apart from the normal trees that you see around you, your environment. You get to see how other animals interact. You get to see how other animals behave. Mind you, that there are people who are so passionate about this wild. There are people abroad who are so passionate about wild that they want to conserve, they want to protect these animals. And if you want to develop such projects, know that you have to get a program like, as I said, like wildlife. You can get a program in forest engineering, wildlife management, all right, to be able to protect this wild. So that's one of the reasons why I said, another reason why Erudef University is so unique. Are you passionate about animals? Do you love to watch National Geography? Are you passionate about gorillas, chimpanzees, the wild? Do you want to be an environmental scientist or maybe a conservation scientist? It is very possible. Do you love to, when you see those images on National Geography, you want to see how you can be able to also explore and you want to exhibit bigger projects? Then it is very possible. You can start even with O levels, ordinary levels, advanced levels. You can be enrolled at Erudef University Institute. And of course, and as I said, we don't end at the classroom. They send you to the field so that you go get the field experience before you come back to write your project. Those are some of the uniqueness of Erudef University Institute of Applied Biodiversity Sciences, and we are trying to answer some of the questions that some of you guys asked. And we have talked about the uniqueness. We said the field trip experience. And now I want to talk about another very important uniqueness is the aspect of fundraising, the aspect of writing projects. Wow. I know that some of you are graduates from university and now maybe you're doing your master's degree and you still do your PhD, but you've never ever thought of writing a project or doing a research. Can I blow your mind? You are missing a lot. You are losing a lot. You are supposed to start thinking of writing projects, maybe even in ordinary levels, before even getting to your advanced level. You have to start looking at gaps to fill around you. There are a lot of gaps for us to fill, a lot of gaps. Some of you live in an environment where, if I ask you that, how was this quarter maybe 5 years ago, you say, oh, there was no water, there was no borehole, there were no boreholes. But 5 years later, you realize that in this quarter there's a borehole, in this other quarter there's a borehole, in this other place there's a borehole. Are the same, maybe the same group of people that dug those boreholes? What must have happened before they did that work? It's a project that they're exhibiting. They sat down and they look at an environment and look at the gap that need to be filled. They look at the problem that people are facing. No water, no potable water. People live from one place to another, distance just to get water. And they're like, how do we solve this problem? Financially, they don't have that finance to solve that problem. The only thing they can do is to take their pen, their paper, and write a proposal, a project proposal to a potential donor. There are thousands and thousands of donors out there willing to support programs, projects, environmental programs, environmental projects around you. So you too can write a proposal and send. Maybe your proposal is 50 million, 100 million. You can start with a smaller proposal, eh? Don't start too big. Like my mentor used to say, as Mr. Kemi Lewis, you should start with small, eh? Don't start with too big a project so that you don't get confused. You know, you start by, okay, this is the problem I'm facing. This is the problem this community is facing. It could be an environmental problem. It could be a health problem. All right. Now we are talking about environmental opportunities. For example, it could be weather. Now the whole world is having climate change, and if you're a journalist, you're watching me. There is an opportunity for a journalist to study, to have a course on climate change. African journalists, you apply to have a course, or you give you a program for climate change, or I think for 3 weeks, and after that you will be opportune to write a project that for at least $1,500. It's not bad. $1,500 is not bad. I think it's more than 5 million, right? If I'm not mistaken, more than 3 million. So that only happens at Erudef. Now, Erudef University still don't only show you in class, don't only take you to the field, but also give you global opportunities. Now, I'm now giving this to journalists. There are other opportunities out there online to exhibit. So, as I said, they train you how to write a project. All right, how to write your own project. Now I want to catch my breath a little. When we come back, I'll talk again a little more about project writing. Please don't move a muscle. I'll be right back. dear televiewers, thank you so much for joining us again on this second segment. And if you're just tuning in, you're on the right channel. And this is Erudef University Forum live. And before we went on that break, of course, we're looking at some beautiful, unique features of Erudef University Institute. And just a while ago, my co-host stepped in. Sarah, nice to have you again on today's program.
It's a pleasure. Good afternoon to you, Favor. Good afternoon to your televiewers.
Good afternoon. Today it's all about we want to look at the uniqueness of e-apps. And maybe I've spoken a lot about the uniqueness of the apps, and then now maybe we should talk a little bit of this issue of jobs, eh?
Yeah, let's be more practical.
Because it's like
when you go out there to talk to someone, they are like, after this, what is the guarantee of us having jobs?
Yes. What's the guarantee?
That's the first question every parent will ask you, and I think we cannot blame them for asking that question, because why are you studying if at the end of the day you are not having a job? Like, what is the essence? So that is why, as I earlier mentioned, we are going to be talking about some top 10 paying environmental jobs. We talk about top because, there are levels in everything. It's not like others are not paying. But there are these particular ones we've selected to talk about today. They are, should I say, popular?
So please, can I just tell our viewers that please, I know some of you were still waiting for the part B of the project writing. Don't worry. It's going to come before the end of the program. All right.
Yeah, so about the programs, we're talking about 10 top. Let me not say 10 because we might not be able to reach the 10, or we might even go past 10. But we're talking about some very paying environmental jobs. And the first one we're going to be talking about is nature management.
Okay.
Yeah, nature management, also known as natural resource management, refers to the process of managing natural resources like land, water, plants, animals, to conserve and sustain them for future generation. It involves conservation first, that is protecting and preserving natural resource. When you talk about natural resource, you talk about the plants, the soil. It is for future generation, because if you keep living in the moment, what about the people who are coming after us?
Some of these things we are saying them because the younger generation, they seem not to have an idea, a clue that these things need to be protected, and they need to go to school.
And some people don't understand that the problems we are facing today is because the people who were before now do not do those things. So, and if we keep if we continue in that line, at the end of the day, it's going to be messed up.
Of course,
situations are even going to be worse. As we always say, that animals that have existed, but we have not met them. And with the way things are going, that animals that our children will definitely not be able to see. When you talk about nature management as well, talk about sustainability. Managing resources to meet current needs without depleting them. When you talk about sustainability, Favor, that is the possibility of you using this thing today, but not making sure being conscious that it remains such that you're able to use it again tomorrow.
Okay.
It is when you talk about sustainability, I would like to talk about land. When you have a piece of land, if you use fertilizer, your harvest is definitely going to be much. But now, in the next 2 years, how is that land going to be? Because at that point in time, you're just thinking about the moment, let me get this thing. But now, with time, the land is degrading.
Like what some farmers are doing. It's very bad, Sarah.
Especially for those who are doing for commercial use.
Yeah, for commercial use. They actually use their fertilizer for their business. And what about it tomorrow? Nobody really cares.
Nobody cares about it.
It's horrible.
Whereas that is why Erudef University talk about the possibility of instead of us doing this thing, let rather do it this way, such a way that organic farming. It is preferable. It is healthy. I mean, when you look at it, you realize that it is very advantageous rather than just using. Because when you even check this how do you call the use of fertilizers, it is even more expensive.
Than using fertilizers are very expensive.
And at the end of the day, when they say if something is expensive, it should be worth it. It's not even worth it.
And Sarah, I'm not cutting you, just to shock you that organic farming is very, very cheap. When I had the privilege to go for 1 year program for agriculture, and we were taught how to produce this organic manure. I will tell you that it's just from dirt, the waste.
The waste
as you cook your corn, your fufu, your plantain, the waste.
So you see
grass
that
and all that. So it's much cheaper to even produce organic manure than the
And
fertilizer.
you think of it in the fact that you don't get to dirty the town as much as it is.
Yeah.
Like, what if those dead you deposit by the roadside? What if you rather kept it at your farm? At the end of the day, the streets are clean and your farm as well. Something is happening right there.
Yeah.
So talking about nature management, you have restoration as well, rehabilitating degraded or damaged ecosystem. You talk about maintenance, preserving natural resources in a healthy state. So nature management, it involves various activities such as habitat management. Those are the various the sub opportunities you might have them. Wildlife management, forestry management, water resource management, ecosystem management, environmental monitoring.
Okay.
Yes, because when you talk about nature, if we don't, that is why I mentioned this first. If you don't manage nature, then nature is going to manage you. Yes, so there is a need for us to take care of the environment we live in, because for you to be able to do any other thing you want to do, first of all, the environment, it matters a lot. That's why somebody will say, somebody might just enter your house, and the way your house look, the person judges you.
Yeah.
Person, like, if this is how your house look, then what kind of person are you? Your environment, it plays a lot on your personality. Another thing we'll talk about is meteorology.
Yeah, that's another
meteorology.
very good program. Very exciting program.
So meteorology is the scientific study of the Earth's atmosphere. You have focusing on weather and climate. Meteorologists, they use observations, computer models. Now there is nothing we can talk about and sideline the use of technology.
Of course.
Yeah, it cuts across
Of course.
every field. That is why most people might be.
Okay, you said climate.
Yes, meteorology.
Climate, and I a while ago
Because how do they observe the climate? How are they able to say that, okay, it is going to rain today, this is going to be like this?
Yeah.
There are technologies that they
and
use.
of course we all understand the highest, one of the biggest issues that is global now is climate change.
You have climate change.
And before you came, I was just talking about an opportunity that is up for journalists to participate on a short program.
There are a whole lot of them. People are just
on
not
climate
exposed
change.
to them. People are just not exposed to them, but there are so many opportunities when especially when you how would I say it, on Google, like right now, like every day there's an opportunities. Like there is this webinar going on, there is this one. There are so many opportunities out there that people just need to be linked. You just need to link people up to them, because I do believe that you have people looking for those opportunities, but now you just need that bridge, and I think that is why Erudef University is here.
Yeah.
So talking about meteorology, let's say they're focusing on weather and climate. Meteorologists use observations, computer models, and theoretical knowledge to understand and predict weather patterns, storms, and climate trends. Now, some key areas of meteorology, they include, you have weather forecasting. I think you see that on most channels. Yeah, meteorology, they just tell you that today in Yaoundé is this like that. Yeah, you're able to forecast. You have climate science, that is studying long-term atmospheric conditions and trends. You have atmospheric physics, that is examining the physical process that drives weather and climate. You have dynamical circulation. You have dynamical meteorology, that is analyzing large-scale atmospheric circulation patterns. Then you have as well meteorological instrumentation, that is developing and using tools to measure atmospheric conditions. I mean, if we are able to know that by 5 it is going to rain, and by that 5 it is as well, don't you think it's going to help people? It's going to help people, better plan their day. And when you know that there is danger ahead of you, you know how to how to prepare yourself to tackle that problem.
Of course.
Yes. So that is the work of meteorologists. Another field you might be interested in is water sciences. Before coming in here, you were talking about water.
The scarcity, water
scarcity of water
and all that.
And
potable water.
The population in economics, they will say demand supply. Demand, what's that? Demand is more than supply. Demand is more than supply. And as time goes on, population keeps increasing, but now the availability of water remains constant. What is happening? Water bodies are drying up. What is happening? So water science, also known as hydrological sciences, encompasses various disciplines that study the Earth's water system, including hydrology. That is, examines the distribution, movement, and quality of water on Earth's surface and on the ground. You have oceanography. Yes, that explores the Earth's oceans, including their properties, circulation, and life. You have limnology that focuses on freshwater lakes and rivers and wetlands. You have hydrology too, that studies groundwater, its movement and interactions with the surrounding rock and soil. You have water resource management, you have water quality, you have hydro informatics. I mean, there are just so many things.
So many of those programs that's under the water management.
Yeah.
And maybe I want to look at another high paying job.
Yeah.
That I was just looking at is wildlife biology or wildlife management.
Wildlife. Yeah.
Those who are actually into environmental conservation, and under wildlife management you could have, if you see anywhere you see wildlife ecology or animal behavior or conservation biology, all those are under wildlife management.
Yes.
And that's a whole program at Erudef University Institute.
And the exit points are very interesting.
Very, 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 very interesting.
You know, coming at a point in time where you have talking about extinction.
Yes.
That so many animals are going into extinction. There is a need for the remaining ones that are there to be conserved. It is our duty to know that there is a female gorilla this way and there is a male gorilla this way. Maybe we create a corridor such that they come together, and at the end of the day they create.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to somebody last time and they said, I don't know if it was chimpanzees or monk. I think it was chimpanzees.
Yeah.
That they only get to give birth once after 5 years. So you can imagine. So you can imagine a forest where maybe here you have just male. I think there's no procreation.
There's no procreation.
Yes. So I think wildlife conservation is
we need
also
more wildlife conservation.
And how do we have that information? When people are able to go in there and research, they bring back data, and now we try to find out that. And of course, the government will not do everything. That is why organizations will exist, such that they are not there to do more than the government or to show the government how they do it. They're just there to support them or assist them. Like, okay, this is a problem. Maybe to provide them. Like, okay, down the field, this is what is happening. Maybe you step in this way, and it's going to be great. And those people fear the government.
Of course.
They fear the government. Like when you go to a village, for example, when you talk about the government, that okay, those people are not fake, because some of them think that maybe you just even came to, to use them, use their take advantage of them. Can I say so? Yes, like you're using them to make big money.
Of course.
That at the end of the day, they don't have anything from it.
So you see, there are a lot of if you want to be talking, we will, of course, we'll continue to talk about some of these programs.
Yeah.
And if you must know, there are a lot of opportunities, a lot of high paying jobs. Some of you love photography, environmental filmmaking and photography.
And
that's another
filmmaking.
big environmental program that can earn you a lot of money. Like Sarah, last 2 weeks, we were looking at an opportunity that came up for environmental photography. And maybe you just need to go around your environment, take a good picture, maybe of a wild, or maybe of a species, good image, and you send it, and who knows, you can hook up to something. That's
at the point in time where you have like the people, Africans are not they are not so much interested in things of the environment. But when you come to the wine man, they are very much interested.
Very, very
That's
much
why
interested.
you see them traveling every day. Somewhere like Mount Cameroon, it is I don't know. It is a shame that I've never been there, but I'm in Boya. But you have people who travel to come here just to go to that place. So you understand.
It's horrible.
Those are things.
Are you talking about you not going to Mount Fako? Now you left to Lebialem to monitor animals in the forest.
Yeah.
And somebody who be in Lebialem is 45 years.
I've never gone there.
Yeah, the person has never gone to see the chimpanzee they're talking about, but the person only sees in the movies.
Yeah, and now when you talk about whatever project you might be having, the donors might not necessarily be in Africa, in Cameroon. Now, what is the proof that actually that thing you are saying is true? They need proof, and how do you have the proofs? They not necessarily travel here to come, but now you must have pictures. You need to use pictures, need to do documentaries. That is why they'll ask you for links to your works. What have you been doing? And now how are you able to show them that the things, if you've been working, then you should be able to document them. Show them in pictures show them in, like when we went for bomb monitoring at Libialem, what did we go there to do? We went there with camera traps.
Of course.
Because you need to get those images.
Yeah,
because how do they, you will not just sit here then you say 20 gorillas are in Libya Alem and somebody wants to say, okay, let's launch this project. Yes, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work.
That is why you need technology.
And that's why those are one of the things that we said that Erudef University is very unique.
Yes.
Because you must go to the field to actually experience these things yourself, do your research yourself, not only sit in the classroom.
Yeah, and when you go to the field, you speak differently.
Yeah.
Rather than someone who just hears or someone who just reads. When you go there, you think different.
Yeah.
It's a different thing when you're actually on the field, when you come back.
Of course, it is different. We want to catch our breath a little. When we come back, we talk more about enrollment into Erudef University Institute. Please don't move a muscle. We'll be right back. Welcome back again on this is Erudef University Forum, and if you're just tuning in, you're on the right channel. And we have talked a little bit, because our time, we cannot really talk about everything on the same platform, but I want you to know that the environment needs you. A lot of opportunities globally. Some of you were asking me questions: how can I get international scholarships? What programs can I do that can expose me to this? Now is the time for us to unveil to you the admissions opportunities on the different programs, right? Yeah. Now it is admissions are ongoing at the Erudef University Institute of Applied Biodiversity.
Yeah, and it is a very decisive period for students. Like, you're done with the advanced level. Yeah. One now. Yeah. What do you do? Because whatever you choose now, you're going to spend the next 3 years of your life doing that, and your whole life.
Your whole life.
Your whole life, because you don't intend to do that. Whatever you're doing for 3 years, and after that you change to doing something else.
Yeah, of course. You must be. You have to think fast and think smart.
And I don't think you should be thinking now. You must have before now.
You can still make up your mind.
You can still make up your mind now. Yeah. Because there are people who actually do the 3 years and still change their mind. People who even go and do masters, then they still change their mind.
Now, to those of you who have never heard or you've been hearing about the Erudef University Institute, we have 4 schools. Sarah,
yes, we have 4 schools. We have. Let me just check from here, or do you have it there?
Yeah, I have it there. We have 4 schools, and we have the Higher Institute of Applied Biodiversity Sciences.
That's HIAPS, yeah.
And that is from advanced level students.
For advanced level students, yeah, that's the minimum you could have to be enrolled in that school.
And we have all the wonderful programs. Maybe Sarah will just list a few of them.
The School of Environment and Science Conservation, you have tourism and leisure.
Tourism and leisure, those of you who love tourism and leisure.
Environmental journalism, forestry management, wildlife management, agroforestry and sustainable land management, nature management and protection, water management, gender and conservation, ed law, ethnomedicine, yeah.
Yeah, those are some of the programs.
Then under HIAPS, you have, like, it is an Institute of Applied Biodiversity Sciences. Then now under it you have School of Environmental Science and Conservation under HIAPS. You have HIAPS School for Engineers. You have HIAPS School of Management.
Wow.
So it is subdivided again. Then you
Wow.
have School of Meteorology as well.
Wow. So those are some of the beautiful programs that you can get for Hayab Institute of Applied Biodiversity Sciences. As we said, it's the basic entry level is advanced level and upwards. Now we also
Yeah.
have the and what?
Yes,
Say something.
advanced
Okay.
level.
Now the other school that you can enroll with just at all ordinary level is Vocational Training Institute of Applied Biodiversity Sciences. That's VTM.
Yeah, where you have programs like the protected area management, wastewater management technology. You have agroforestry and ecology, applied forestry, gender and conservation still, applied social science. You have GIS and remote sensing, biodiversity conservation, agroforestry management, environmental education, NGO studies, and fundraising.
Of course. I'm sure that the flyer is on the screen. So
Yeah.
like those of you who don't catch up, you must still catch up with the flyers. And the third school that I'm one of the students is the School of Fundraising and Civil Society
Fundraising and
Studies.
civil societies.
This
Yeah.
one is about raising funds.
And that is actually the course which cuts across every
It
other
cuts
program.
across every other program because every student at Erudef University Institute, you must be a fundraiser. You must be able to write projects and raise funds.
Then, of course, we have the postgraduate research school,
Yeah.
where you have programs like water science, climate science, rewinding and large landscape connectivity, peace and environment, endangered languages and species extinction, agroecology and sustainable land management on its own, philanthropy and civil society, environmental law, environmental filmmaking and photography, GIS and remote sensing, talent development, succession, planning, and human resource.
Yeah.
You have applied social science, center of green sport.
Yeah, I know that Sarah, some people will be like, wow, is that we don't do engineering because I know engineering is one of those
Yeah, I think I spoke of
programs.
engineering under HIAPS.
Yeah, it's one of those programs that many students are really interested in. I want to be, yeah, Hayab has a school of engineering. That's a whole school on its own, and it has some wonderful programs.
And then some people might be wondering, like, we mentioned the programs everywhere. Because while I was mentioning here, I remember I've mentioned like water management everywhere.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? Like you have water management at HIABS, vocational. I mean, there are levels. For HND, you need an advanced level to get there. For vocational training, you need at least an ordinary level. So postgraduate, you need at least a degree to be there. It is just like history.
Yeah.
You study history from primary school to Form 5. Why you study in history for primary school is not the same thing you study in the university. So the water management you have at HIABS is not the same. Even if it's the same, I mean, as the level goes up, the knowledge you have about it increases as well.
Of course, it does increases as well. So you see that all of these programs are packaged there for you. Just to reiterate that those of you who want to go into engineering, we have I'm sure you said it, computer engineering, geometric sciences, graphic engineering, topography, urban and regional planning. Those ones are for those who want to go into engineering programs. Yes, Erudef University Institute has very unique programs. Maybe before we go, Sarah, they might want to know some of these can I say bonuses that come with the programs of IAPS?
Yes, and at HIAPS or the institution?
Let's say the institution, Erudef University Institute.
Okay, the first and most interesting one, you have a laptop upon payment of 80% of your school fee. Yes, a laptop is given to you. Payment of 80%. Depending on how much your school fee is, when you pay 80% of it, you have a laptop. Then, of course, there is free internet for research on campus. Yes, those are some of the advantages.
And we also have scholarship.
We have scholarships. We have one year of industrial work.
Yeah.
Yes. You have two for those who are doing the HNC program. After 2 years, you have 1 year of industrial work.
Yeah. So those are some of the bonuses. I don't want to start talking about fellowships. I don't want to talk about webinars. international programs that you'll be eligible to travel and go and maybe 6 months in maybe in UK or in US
To
or in
come back
London. Yeah,
The CEO
to
always
come
talk about
to
traveling
come
to
back.
come back, not people
Of
who
course, to
travel
come
and
back.
discover,
Don't
oh,
travel
this
and go
place
and
is so
remain. No,
nice,
you
and
have to
decide
come
to
back.
stay.
You
Course.
travel and come back, all right? So those are some of the programs that we have. Sarah, we might not be able to say everything today. Maybe your
Yeah,
last
of course,
words
before
as we're
now
wrapping up.
we've been here. Today we are here, and
Yeah.
of course, if you missed out today, then you can catch up on the next edition of the program.
Okay, yeah, of course, if you miss out today, you can catch up.
And
Maybe
they
you
could
have one
always
last
check.
word. Mm-hmm.
They could always check on our links on our platforms for more
Yeah.
information in case there are any questions. On Facebook, we are Erudef, University Institute of Applied Biodiversity Sciences, where if you go there, I mean, whenever we are live here, we stream, such that even if you miss out on this, you can always go there to watch. Then you see what you missed out on. We also have a YouTube channel where you could catch up with anything you've missed, and you could always check when you go to the platforms. You have numbers there where you can always call if you have any questions, or you could always pass at the campus itself to meet us, ask questions.
Of course. And it's on this note, Sarah, that we want to say bye-bye to our viewers.
It was a pleasure being here.
It was indeed a pleasure being here, dear viewers. It's on this note that we are coming to the end of today's episode of Erudef University Forum. To those of you who are just tuning in now, sorry, but you can catch up with the rebroadcasts today. I'm sure it's 9:30. You are not making a mistake. You watch a full broadcast of this wonderful program. But if not, you can catch up again next week. Please, I'm inviting you to the campus. Sarah, we always have orientation every Fridays or any day of the week. Feel free to come to the campus, and if you miss out your way, the numbers on your screen, please do call us and we will direct you, or call ITV, ask them where is the Erudef University Institute located. ITV too will respond to you. Thank you so much for being there. I want to say a big thank you to the broadcasters behind the camera, making sure we look beautiful. Thank you to ITV team, and not forgetting the mentor of this program, Mr. Kimbi Luis. Thank you, sir. And stay blessed and have a wonderful week. Shalom.